Our next step in the exercise library is going to be sumo deadlift. So when we think about our progressions, we started with our top to bottom RDL variations. Then we go to kettlebell off the ground, trap bar off the ground. Most people stop right there. But if we do look to progress further, it's either going to be a conventional narrow stance deadlift with a straight bar or a sumo wide stance deadlift. And in terms of what dictates this, it's person to person. Some people might just feel more comfortable one versus the other. I'd probably have them try both, see what felt better to them, see what looked better to me, and where they just felt stronger and gave them a more natural, easier setup in terms of getting into the exercise. So a couple of differences from the sumo versus the conventional in terms of the setup and the execution, but most of all, it's pretty much the same. It's unlock the knee, hips go back, and then I'm using that hip drive to kind of get back out of there. Really think of it as like a back and forward motion rather than like an up and down squatting type motion. So when we set up here, the width of your stance is going to be individual, but I really don't like something too aggressive where your toes are all the way out to the plates. That's usually just trying to minimize bar path as like a powerlifting technique. So I'm going to grab right where the knurling starts. So I'm going to grab my hand straight down from my shoulder width there. And pretty much my legs can be anywhere outside of there. You can push it a little bit wider if it feels comfier or a little bit more narrow. I'd usually play with that position with individuals and see what feels comfier to them and what just looks better. I'm going to externally rotate my feet a little bit. So I'm going to turn my whole leg out a little bit and point my toes basically toward the front of each plate. So we'll set up with the bar nice and tight right there. Unlock the knee, push your waist back as far as it'll go. I still need a little bit more to grab the bar, so then I'll bend down from there. So once I've got the bar in my hand, let's think tension concepts. I'm going to kind of pull the bar up to me and think like I'm snapping it in half. It's going to help engage my lats and my upper back. And then I'm going to take my feet and think about kind of pulling the floor apart towards the plates. So with a conventional deadlift, what I'll tell people a lot, or a trap bar, is basically push your feet down into the ground. That's going to drive our hips up from there. Well, what I want to think about from here is almost like pulling the floor apart as I stand up from here. You're going to feel probably a little bit more adductor and groin just because of the nature of the setup and a little bit with the execution. So soft knee, hips go back, come down, grab the bar. I'm pulling tight on it. I'm spreading the floor apart. Big breath in that we're going to hold till we get to the top. Exhale at the top, soft knee, hips go back. Nice and tight, pull on the bar, sink down a little bit. Feel that hamstring engagement. Big breath in. Exhale at the top, soft knee, hips go back again. So like I said, most of my clients will probably stop with the trap bar deadlift just because we're thinking about what's the goal, what's safest for them. But if you're looking to push strength, next time we'll cover the conventional deadlift. But sumo versus conventional, it's all person to person, whatever you feel more comfortable, more natural, and stronger with.